All right, you guys, so today I'm gonna try to make this short. This is a video about a specific kind of extension that I'm doing, attaching to my hair. And I'm gonna link below in the information section to Dr. Locks because she has a ton of really great videos on how to do different kinds of extensions and all sorts of stuff and how to attach them. I wish that she sort of labeled them better as far as where you're attaching them. So this video here that I'm doing for you is me showing you the first extension that I'm doing. And actually it's slightly different because I told you before that I have issues with my scalp showing. The way that my dreads part in the back shows my scalp often. And so I don't know, I'm just like starting the whole process of trying out the extensions that I made and seeing about how to do it, because I made them somewhat short so that I could like extend my hair to make my hair longer. Well, one of the issues, actually the most key issue I have currently, is that my hair in the back just falls apart too much, and you can see the scalp. I don't like it. And so my first extension is going in today, right in front of you guys, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you how I do it, and then I'm going to show you process. So I am first going to show you, because in this next part of the video, which I already have shot, by the way, I don't know if you guys need to know how to use a needle threader, but this is I'll show you this in the next section, but this comes in a multi-pack, pretty cheap. We actually have this really awesome store here in Portland, Oregon called Scrap, which is like a thrift store for art supplies and like fabrics and all kinds of stuff. You can even get like bottles, like old medicine bottles, whatever, various things that people use for projects. So it's like a thrift store for, you know, you go there to make crafts, or you go there to make like really awesome like clothes or whatever. And so I think I got this there, but you know, basically it's cool because you can donate your extra fabric when you're done making your project and you've got extra fabric left over. You can donate it to Scrap, S-C-R-A-P, like all caps. And it's only in Portland, Oregon, and it's a nonprofit. And they also do classes for kids on teaching them how to do different art things with like recycled, upused, whatever it's called, stuff. And so you go there and you don't really know what you're gonna get. So anyway, I found these needle threaders. It was a little package, old fashioned. It was still in the package, you know, but they repackaged stuff if it wasn't in the package. And then this is you see this little diamond shape here? Okay, it's hard to see because it's reflecting. But anyway, it's a diamond shape at the end of this little handle. And what you do if you're gonna thread a needle with something that's hard to kind of thread, or your eyes are bad, you put this diamond-shaped wire thing through the eye of the needle. I keep getting these songs going through my head, something like that. The eye of the needle. I don't know. Eye of the tiger. Okay, sorry. That's bad. I don't even want that song in my head now. I might have even like contaminated you guys with it. So then this is the hair that I'm using as thread until my Dolly Locks comes. You'll see the next part of this video soon. Okay, so this is the Kanekalon that I just pulled some out. I'm going to take it, I'm going to try to feed it through. See how it's like already, the needle threaders through the eye of my needle, not the eye of the tiger. God, I hate it when I get songs like that in my head. Okay, I'm gonna have to really try hard. Now I just like told you guys again. So then, okay, so I made it into a loop, and the loop. Okay, so then well, I didn't undo these things, so I'd have to actually take those out before. Anyway, you take that, so you got this thing through, and then you pull this needle threader through. Yeah, you pull that through because this thing flexes. It's this little tiny wire that's like shaped like a diamond shape. Well, it flexes, so it can like go pull through a really small eye of the needle. This one's like not a small eye because I purposely got it. It's like a knitting needle that you use to finish off your projects. Anyway, I don't knit. I'm not like coordinated enough to do that, but or actually it's my attention span. Anyway, I can only do basic stitches. So there, I pulled it through. So now I've got this through the eye of the needle. I'm going to take it out just because that isn't exactly how I do it, but I did want to show it to you in a way that you could see. So I have a loop through it now, and well, okay, there we go. Then the loop came out, so now we have this. All right, so in the next section, I'm going to show you what I'm doing, and then I'm going to tell you that I'm not sure if I'm going to knot it at the top, because I don't know if you guys do like hand sewing ever. Hopefully a lot of you have done it. Oh my goodness, I hope it's not like a lost art, because you really do need to know how to do alterations and stuff to a certain extent. Just like to be able to like take a thread and like most of the time I like take it and put it in a knot here. Oh, we've got a little comment coming in through here from somebody named Beautiful Soul, which I've been making friends with lately on YouTube. Check out her channel. She's starting to post videos. It's pretty cool. All right, so then I was always taught to make a knot at the end by my mom. I wrap it around twice and then go like this, and then like with my thumb, I like get it off my other finger, and then it kind of like rolls, and then you, after you get off your finger, you pull it, and it goes into a knot. That's like double threaded though. That's to have double thread. Anyway, that's not what you're supposed to do. Actually, I just realized I'm going to post below to the Doctored Locks thing about how to do this. You don't actually want the end to be knotted together, because you're going to use this. This is dorky. You're going to use this as thread, you know, this. I'm using this as thread. Doctored Locks actually uses thread for weaving, which makes it a lot easier to work with, by the way. But there's no reason this can't work. This is probably made out of nylon, Kanekalon, right? Fiber. But my Dolly Lock stuff didn't come yet. So otherwise, this is totally awesome because it totally matches my extension fiber. So other than that, you know, you can totally use this. It's just for convenience sake that you would not use this. So then there's this like figure eight type wrapping, and there's some knotting going on with the so you're using the two ends. You want them open ends, not knotted together. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this off and I'm going to show you the finished product, which is my very first attempt, and I haven't done it exactly probably like she said to do it on Doctored Locks, but it's my first one, and I'm filling in my my awful dread part thing here. So I'll show you that in a sec. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you the back of my hair, and you see how with all my dreads hanging down, all the ones I have here, my natural ones, when it parts, it falls apart and you see my scalp. Even, you know, if I arrange it like that. So with my dread extensions, I made some what's called single-ended, if you see here on my head, not in the mirror. They're single-ended, so they have a loop at the top of them. And you can find out how they're made online. I made this one myself. So this is it. What I've done is I've threaded it onto my actual dread. This is my actual dread, and this is the synthetic extension that I made. And I threaded it on with the loop, through the loop, all the way. Okay, how am I gonna let you see this? All the way up to the top. So this is the extension, synthetic, and it's just on there, the loop right there. Okay, so what you do is if you want to fill in your hair and make it a little thicker, this isn't for making them longer yet, because if I want to make it longer, I'm going to attach it to the bottom of the dread, but instead I'm going to make it thicker here. I might add like maybe 2 of these type of extensions here, so that I basically gave myself another dread. So that's the extension one. It's lighter in color, but it will be darker once it gets washed and put a little bit of the Naughty Boy gel in it. So then what I would do is I would take some of this fake hair, Kanekalon hair, and I would thread it through a needle. Here, I think I can talk to you like this while I'm doing it now. So I would thread it through a needle, which I already have done. So I separated the same hair I used to make the dreadlock into actually probably need to make it thinner than this, but this is one section, and then I have another one that's attached to a needle. This needle I got from sort of like a knitting needle. It's got a bigger eye than a larger eye there. And then I also have something that I threaded it through with. It's like actually called a needle threader. They're cheap and you can get them in multi-packs. But this is a needle threader, and you put whatever thread or hair, in this case I'm going to use hair because I ordered some nylon weaving thread from Dreadlock today, but it hasn't come yet because I just ordered it today, and it'll probably come tomorrow. And so you take it and you put your hair, whatever it is that you're trying to use, or your nylon thread, through this. And then this is flexible. This, you see how it's wider? Well, it's wire and it's flexible. So when you put it through the needle, the eye of the needle, and you thread it through, and then you pull it through, and of course it flexes and brings the thread out. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so then I have these clips on here to keep it from getting tangled. I was not sure if I was going to knot the end of this or how exactly I was going to deal with this. I know that when you're using thread, nylon thread, you don't want to use polyester or cotton. Although there was polyester that I bought at that Living Color place yesterday, that's all they had. And I have a feeling that's not going to be as good for long term. It might harbor bacteria more than nylon thread. So the Dreadlock has like lots of different colors that you'll be able to get it to match. They've got like at least 9 colors. And you can get it however close of a match you want. And they don't sell needles on there, on Dreadlock though, which is kind of, I wasn't sure. But I was glad I found my knitting supplies, because this is a knitting needle, and knitting needles come in different kinds. Like there's a thicker one that's plastic and not as sharp. But since my dreads are really mature and really tight, I can't get certain things through. Like for instance, this is a type of latch hook that you can buy. Dreadhead HQ sells it. It's this larger size. I think it's called loose hair tool, but they have 2 different sizes. Well, this is the larger size. Well, it's just too big. This, even though it's pointed, it won't go through my dreads. It won't go through. So I'm not going to force it through. And also it's just too wide. Yeah. But depending on how loose your dreads are, you can get a latch hook through, you know, a smallish latch hook. And I might do that. I might use that, but I don't have a small enough pointed one. So I can use this needle, and I'm using this hair instead of thread. All right, so you have just watched me putting the loop, the extension that I made onto my hair. I'm going to show you some right here. Because I know that when I put it on there, the video that you just saw, I didn't show it to you off my hair because I already put it on. I didn't want to take so long to like thread it on. But this is one loop. This is actually quite a large loop at the top here. This is the largest loop I have, and I'm not sure because I thought I was gonna like crochet it in and cut this, so I made it longer. But these are the other ones that I have. They're a little bit smaller loops. It really comes in handy if you have this kind of a men's coat kind of. Well, this says Nordstrom on it, but Nordstrom is like barely even hobbling along, I think, anymore. But anyway, this is a nice, I'm borrowing it from my husband because it comes off like this. If you use it on a regular coat hanger, then you can't get it off unless you break your coat hanger or clothing hanger, you know, because they're not open like this kind. This is kind of I like to use. Shows up more, but if you're going to make your dread extensions on here, you'd have to make it on this part, not on this part, because this doesn't detach and you can't get it off, which means the loop on there. I like single-ended dread extensions better than double-ended. That's just me. Everybody's got their own preference. Anyway, so these are the ones that I have so far made, and I steam them. I have fabric steamer from when I know I mentioned to you before, I am a spinner and I have spun. I know how to spin with a spinning wheel. We got this fabric steamer for that purpose, but Dr. Locks will tell you and show you how to do either steaming, which means you purchase an extra thing, or if you have an iron, you know, for ironing your old-fashioned clothes that need to be ironed, or just a lot of people have an iron actually. Then you can do it that way, and she'll show you how to do it with like wrapping a damp towel around it and then ironing it with an iron. This is my fabric steamer. I got this for setting the twist of my, I got this at Walmart. Don't forgive me for shopping at that place, but I think it was convenient. I knew that they were going to have it or something. So this is a fabric steamer, and you fill it up with some water, you plug it in, it takes a while to heat up, and then it starts building steam, and then it like starts shooting the steam out the head of this. And then you just go down your your extensions, or your yarn if you want to. But I think that yarn harbors bacteria. I wouldn't actually use wool yarn for my extensions. Even though I know people buy it on Etsy and they spend a lot of money with wool extensions. But sounds gorgeous and all that. But if it's wool, it's going to be harboring bacteria because it's a natural fiber. And well, except it might repel it. I don't know. I'm not doing that. So anyway. But this is what is the brand? Conair, actually. Wow. This came in really handy, by the way. It's really great if you do any knitting projects too, because you know how you have to set it or block it or whatever. You just run this thing down and you will see the project or your yarn like totally changing before your eyes. It's almost like magic. Because the heat, the steam, like just helps set it in. It also sort of evens out the tension. All right, so that's what happens when you make the extensions too. You want to set them probably. And the ends I'm making wispy, so I'm not going to be setting that as far as that goes, but I do. It gets a little wet when you're steaming it, and it was wet. I just did this about an hour ago, and they're dry already. And I made these loose because I want to put some Naughty Boy aloe vera gel, tropical tightening gel in them to make them darker and kind of heavier to blend in with my hair here. And then I also left the ends loose because, you know, I like my loose ends. And this hair is a lot more like tendency towards kinkiness than my natural hair. But we'll see how it goes. So now I'm going to show you the finished product of my first extension / extra hair thing that I put in. I don't know, it's an extension because I didn't extend it to the bottom to like make it longer. I attached it to the top up here to another dread. I attached it up here, and then I tied it on with some of that Kanekalon fiber, kind of like using it as thread. I didn't cut off the tails, so I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to show it to you from the back. Okay. So you can probably see because it's lighter in color than my hair. But I think it's going to be awesome. And then I'll show you up close there how it looks. And so this stuff right here, this is the straight hair that I used to wrap around and attach this dreadlock to my hair, my natural dreadlock. So there's like a figure 8 style that she shows you how to do. I just did a bunch of sort of figure eighting, but I might have knotted it more times than she did in terms of more often throughout the whole thing, and I may not have wrapped it as far down on the natural dreadlock as I should have. You don't want to put too much weight. You're not going to attach any more than one to a dread because weight, okay, like once you start washing it and stuff, there's going to be weight there with the water, and you don't want to put more than one on each section of hair. So when I said I'm going to attach multiple ones to cover up my like sections back there, no, I'm not going to attach multiples of these to the same dreadlock. I'm going to not attach more than one to any dreadlock. I'm going to kind of sporadically do it, and we'll see how it goes. And then I'll probably cut off the extra tails here of this thread slash Kanekalon fiber right here. These are extra. I just left them long because I wasn't sure how many times I was going to wrap it around and knot it and stuff like that. So I left them on there, but they can be cut off. So I'll give you one more look and take a look at the end result. So you see here where even just with one extra drag back there, it's covering more. It's giving more volume, basically. Some people need help with volume. I'm probably going to maybe attach one more total and then probably not anymore because I don't know, I kind of want to make my dreadlocks a little bit longer, but this will actually kind of cover and like make them like, I don't know, kind of like maybe hold them down a little bit better. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, definitely it's not the best quality extension attachment system that I made here by Dr. Lux. You know, they would do a way better one, but we're just going to see how that goes. And it's just a practice thing, and it didn't involve any like damaging of my hair. And so this is my first attempt. It's cool that you can see me as I evolve into a really awesome professional hair extension person. Yeah, right. I'll probably be on to something different by that time.